transit. And this is going to be the key to the outcome of this race, I've got no doubt. 2 Half Hennessy on top, 9 AC/DC looks absolutely outstanding, as does number 8 Titanic Jack and 7 Cool Trent. But I must admit, Able Choice might be one that'll get a nice run too, and is racing very well on his way to the Guineas.
OK, Unbridled Smile, whom you mentioned, now into single-figure odds on course. You're getting lovely value on the tote. The on-course favourite is Half Hennessy. Andrew Bensley is there, someone from Victoria to upstage the Sydney youngster.
Going to try to anyway. I agree with Elf to my eye. He looked very good, Half Hennessy. Tom Hughes Jr. joins us. What about Half Hennessy? How did he look to you?
Nah, thought he nearly stood outside Delago Brom. The two of them probably looked the best.
Delago Brom, you've given the horse a bit of a freshen up, but looks like you've still been getting the work in, enough work into it.
Oh, we hope we've trained him the right way, Andrew, but who knows?
Delago Brom's been to Caulfield a few times. His last win here was very strong. Probably a similar sort of race, a little bit up in class, of course, but gee, he's got that powerful finish.
Yeah, no, we're very happy with Delago Brom. He's, galloped nice the other day at Moonee Valley, trialled nice Tuesday, and we couldn't be happier with him.
Okay. The other horse, which is yours, of course, Delago Brom, trained by your father, who I know is watching at home. He's been home from hospital a few weeks, but good luck to you, Tom. Titanic Jack, your horse, hasn't been to Caulfield.
No, he hasn't been to Caulfield, but I don't believe in any of that.
Had no luck, Ascot Vale, we just forget it.
Yeah, you just forget he's running the Ascot Vale, and the other time when he got beat behind Bellesprit, I think he probably should have ran into a half length, and Bellesprit's probably the best breed on the land.
I spoke to you on Wednesday, Thursday to get a bit of news from you. I said, what about the tactics? And you said, no, I don't know how we'll ride them. Have you told the jocks yet?
Well, Dad spoke to S. Arnold, and S. Arnold wouldn't tell me what he's doing. Dad wouldn't tell me, and I just told P. Payne to do his best.
All right. Good luck to you, Tom.
Thanks.
Thanks, mate. Tom Hughes Jr. joining us. Good luck to Tom Sr. too at home. He's been he's had an operation a few weeks ago, but he's back home now. And the other trainer that isn't here, Brendan, is Dean Lawson. He's got a severe bout of tonsillitis. Dean, I know you've got the kids at home looking after them, but I hope one of your horses here can run a good race in the Guineas Prelude.
And they include AC/DC, so I'm sure if they hit the front, they'll be knocking out a few bars. Perhaps not of AC/DC, but cheering them home. And also Cool Trent is his other runner, Nadeem horse bred by Emirates Park, and Chris Muntz with the ride. Let's look ahead to Launceston.
So Helenas goes in. Yes, terrific race this. Oh no, I thought Helenas was in, but Helenas has got out of the stalls again here. He was unlucky. I thought not to have picked up all of me. He just ducked in at a vital stage. Leon Corsten's put the nose roll on him. Here's the favourite for the race, Half Hennessy. And I guess one of the first of the Sydney horses down here. We saw Spinning Hill come to Moonee Valley and clean up the other day. And if Half Hennessy wins here, I guess all eyes will be looking north. The likes of Lonhro and Defire and Shogun Lodge still to come down this way. Not to mention stablemates of Half Hennessy and Victory Vane and Universal Prince later on in the spring. Really starting to wind up now. Half Hennessy the favourite, but better odds on track than on the tote. Now Cool Trent coming in. And Nadia now in the chair at Sky Channel. Thanks, Nadia. Still got some great racing to come here at Caulfield. The best of it in front of us, in fact. And this is a terrific lineup of 3-year-olds here. The Guineas Prelude, it's going to certainly answer some questions, one would think. Who are the real McCoys? Who are the pretenders? Here's Unbridled Smile coming in. He's unbeaten in his 2 outings in lesser company. He has been well tried on course today, and he'll run about the 4th favourite on track. Half Hennessy the favourite. This is Titanic Jack about to come up now. Horse who had no luck at all up the straight in the Ascot Vale. So in he goes, racing without the blinkers today. Here's Able Choice. Unbeaten in 3 Hong Kong outings and far from disgraced in 2 excellent performances, in fact, in the Mitchell Mackenzie and the Ascot Vale. Now Great Glen away from the line with Ain't Here, General Minolta and King Wells. About 4 to move in. Previous in a dazzling ride by Dan Nicklick to get La Bella Dame home. Only went round 1 horse, and that was the leader, whom he claimed in the last bound of the race. Came from midfield the fence. Previous race also won by number 14 Taimana, sat fourth on the pace, held out a blanket finish. And the first to Venus was her name. An inspired ride by Karen McAvoy coming from well back. Now Great Glen's gone in. Oh, King Wells just about got rid of the rider over at the start. In fact, he's reared again and succeeded in what he tried to do the first time. Peter Merton's dislodged, but Pete's okay. King Wells is in a bit of a nasty mood. Here's Ain't Here coming up to the line in the lime and white colours. King Wells comes in riderless and went in like a lamb. Peter Merton's about to climb back aboard the son of King of Kings. And they're nearly set. The Queenslander General Minolta completed the line. The Carlton Draft Guineas Prelude set to go. Half Hennessy took a dive at the gates on the inside there. He settles better. Racing. Half Hennessy jumped well. General Minolta a little slow. Unbridled Smile got away well, and so did Great Glen, and King Wells is up in the mix early as they settle into stride now, and also going through on the inside is All of Me. But it's Great Glen going to the lead as they settle fully. Great Glen ahead of Unbridled Smile, frightening a length and a half away up third today. Then All of Me on the rails, 2 lengths to King Wells. Half Hennessy over on the inside, and then Titanic Jack. A length further back is AC/DC, and then Delago Brom. Cool Trent on the rails, a length and a half to Able Choice. Half Hennessy, Ain't Here, and General Minolta 2 lengths away. At the 700, and Great Glen running it fast, leads by over 2. Unbridled Smile second, All of Me third on the inside, frightening a half length away. A length and a half away, fifth on the inside, Half Hennessy. Titanic Jack going up 3 wide, King Wells in the centre. They're followed by AC/DC and then Delago Brom. Well back is Cool Trent, Able Choice, General Minolta, and then came Ain't Here. And Helena's is last as they swing around the corner. And it's Great Glen for home, ahead of Unbridled Smile, who's coming out after him quickly. Frightening pull to the outside, and then came All of Me. Titanic Jack coming home down the outside. Half Hennessy is struggling. Great Glen in front at the 150 from Unbridled Smile, Titanic Jack, and then came Frightening and Helena's. Great Glen the leader from Titanic Jack, lifting late. Great Glen giving something. He's holding on, and Great Glen has won it by a neck to Titanic Jack. Helena's from last grabbing third. Ain't Here made ground. Unbridled Smile wilted the last bit. Half Hennessy battled only. Frightening weak, and Cool Trent, and then came AC/DC. Able Choice followed further back. Delago Brom didn't fire a shot. All of Me, and then General Minolta, and King Wells back last of all. Great Glen, blinkers back on. Karen McAvoy, 3 out of 4 so far. Trained by Leon McDonald, and all the way win for Great Glen. He'll pay $30.80 and $7.70. Titanic Jack failing by about a long neck on the line. He'll pay $2.10. The eye catcher was the third horse, Helena's. He's come from last and was really mowing turf at the end. All up, he's been beaten just a little over half a length. Numbers are 4, 8 and 14. 4, 8 and 14, and the failure in the race, that of Half Hennessy, who settled 5th on the rails, but at no stage did he get into the race at all. Time 1:23.29, 4:8.14 official. Great Glen stepping out to 1400 for the second time. They took the blinkers off him last time out. He shared the lead in that race, but folded up in the straight. Blinkers back on, and he kept on running. $30.80 and $7.70 for Great Glen. $2.10 Titanic Jack, $5.60 Helena's. Quinella $85. Exacta $263.90. Trifecta $3,909.20. The double $507.20. Well, I don't know if it's answered more questions than we expected it to. Maybe there's still a few question marks hanging around after that Guineas Prelude.
Questions to be answered in weeks to come. A question to be asked Andrew Bensley to do it.
Andrew Noblish, I reckon Leon McDonald watching back in Adelaide would be pretty happy with things.
Yeah, he's up at Murray Bridge, I think. They were Gawler today, so he'd be wrapped.
Up at Gawler, I reckon it'll be jumping. What was the stable expecting? Because I guess, in fairness, the last couple of runs, there's been a few queries.
His first up run here we thought was quite good. You know, he didn't travel over that well, and he just failed to hold off Delago Brom. the wraps on him were very good. And last start, your blinkers off. You know, they went very hard early, wind in their face, and I just the whole race didn't add up. So we gave him another chance today, and he did well.
Plan was to go forward again today?
From that gate, he's such a free-going horse, you had to do that. Whether something wanted to go ahead of him, that was up to them. But he did there, and Karen rated him well there, and he internally got the money.
And the opinion of Great Glen's always been high, even outside the stable. There's been other trainers in South Australia, leading trainers, that have said Great Glen could be the 3-year-old of this spring.
Oh, for sure. I mean, second up after winning a maiden to win a Group 2 race. Not many do that, and we've sort of given him every chance. He's measured up here. I don't think there's many better than this race, so we'll see how he goes.
All right, good luck, Andrew.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thanks, mate. Andrew Noblet representing the Leon McDonald stable. We're just going to try and walk in with Kieran McAvoy here. Brendan?
They've run faster time than the fillies, Andrew, noticeably faster time, with Great Glen winning a Regal Classic 3-year-old and gets to the cash. 4-8, 14 and 10. Kieran McAvoy just coming back in and talking to the team, and shortly Andrew Bensley will be with him after his victory. Launceston, a latest check of betting figures.
They're all pretty happy too. And Kieran, what a day for you so far, but what about Great Glen?
Yeah, it was a good win. They actually wanted to, from that barrier, just try something different and try and ride him back, but he's got that good gate speed, Andrew, that couldn't really do much with him other than lead. He got there and relaxed, and he had a good kick on the corner.
What about this? 3 for 4?
Yeah, it's not bad. Got a couple of nice rides there. Won't count me chickens too early yet, but got some nice rides.
Well
Thanks.
done, mate. Kieran McAvoy going to stand on the scales there with Chairman of Stewards, Des Gleeson. Brendan?
He's having a wonderful day. I suppose the only downside has been Innovation Girls' unplaced performance, but aside from that, there's been 3 stunning winners, Alf Matthews.
Yeah, certainly has. Look, I've been saying it for so long now. Europe is beckoning for this kid. He is outstanding. He's got wonderful composure. He's got, what they say, an old head on young shoulders, Brendan. He is a jockey of the future. I love him. Great ride, Great Glen. Good performance, the second horse. Half Hennessy, I wouldn't dismiss it yet.
OK, interesting points. There's the ratings for the next at the Sunshine Coast. One is...
Given, I mean, he always had a bit of a tag because you went against some pretty good types. I remember that day at Moonee Valley. I think it was Cox Plate Day, a race like the Amy Vars. I think he was there doing his best.
Yes, that was a try at 2000, and I don't think he was quite strong enough at that time, and we knocked off after that race.
It was against Viking Ruler and the such, wasn't it?
Yes, I think it was Eustenoff won it from Viking Ruler, so... yeah, yep.
What are you hoping to, I mean, obviously this race, any more along the way?
Oh, yes, there's the Epsom, the Toorak, and nice miles for him. Yeah, hopefully he'll come through this in fine form.
All right, good luck to you, Rob.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate. Robert Prescott, trainer of Pure Theatre, just listening to Elf a few minutes ago there, Brendan. He was a little bit keen about this horse. It's big double-figure odds.
Yeah, big targets, aren't they, too? When he talks about the Epsom, the Toorak, chucking a Dubai Racing Club Cup. Now, importantly, folks, on-course activity, Bellaspree's the favourite, but it has fluctuated wildly, its prices. Much better, less value on the tote than they're betting on course. Now, second favourite's a bit harder to determine. There's been money at longer odds for Rubitano, Alf's top tip. Money after easing significantly earlier for Royal Code. It's come in for late support. Chong Tong being kept safe, Scenic Peak being kept safe, and Perno, although it's eased, has been kept safe. And Pure Theatre, we just heard from the team, has not moved on its earlier betting, quite very similar to what they're betting on course. So this exciting Group 1 as Bellaspree heads out and hoping to join this talented lineup of 3-year-olds that have won. The likes of Testarossa have won this. Mr Murphy won last year. And, of course, the year Testarossa first one as a 3-year-old, it was that thrilling matchup, beating Nina Haraka and Reduced Choice. Correct weights there at Lismore. Launceston to follow, the first of 2 Group 1s, and this is worth $350,000 as we head up to the calling box.
Today. So, best presented horse in the mounting yard, Eustenoff. What a great race it's going to be. Scenic Peak, a genuine chance in it. He ran a good race from a horror barrier draw last year. Bellaspree is the favourite. He was well supported midway through betting, and he is slightly better odds on course than the tote of $3.20. Royal Code, second pick. He's been easy on track though. Rubitano, third tote favourite, been quite solid. And then Chong Chong, Perno, and Scenic Peak is the next best in the market. Great race it will be. 3-year-olds have a reasonable record, but they've been very good 3-year-olds that have won it. Testarossa with 54.5, the last to do so. Before him in Costa del Lago, our Maze K and Manicato. And I'm sure Bellispree's name would look good on that honour roll. Certainly wouldn't look out of place. He's a top 3-year-old. There he is, locked away. Ustinov goes in a little wider out. Gates are filling quite well. Ustinov backs out of line. Here's Chong Chong coming up into the line now. And Bush Padre, his stablemate, comes up. Trained by Lee Friedman. He's won this race 4 times. Damien Oliver's got an extraordinary record. He's won it on 5 occasions. His very first Group 1 win came in this race back in 1990 on Submariner for Bart Cummings. Tears Royal on the move behind the line. Here's Rubitano coming up into the line now. Well drawn, should use his pace, one would think. Tears Royal set. Prince Rubiton goes up in the lime colours. Perno getting set. She's drawn right to the outside. Dash for Cash is still away, so is Royal Code and Fritz. Crystal Finale, Weasel Will and the Pumper. Another Group 1 to follow this. And we'll see Northerly out in action against Magical Miss. But right here we've got some of the better sprinters around in this race. A most even field, and the big question mark is over Bellispree and 1400. What will Damien do? Will he go forward? Will he try for a sit? Here's Crystal Finale coming up. The stablemate Desert Sky has a red cap there in similar colours. And the Pumper, he'll be the last to move in. Scott Seamer takes the outside, gate 18. They're set. Ready to go. Racing. Bush Padre, Desert Sky began well, and Rubitano, Prince Rubiton got away quickly in the early stages. Going forward, tit for tat with a fast move on the outside as they put 200 metres behind them now. And tit for tat races to the lead over Crystal Finale, Desert Sky, and Bellispree's on the move. He's going around the outside and he sits up second now. They're followed by Prince Rubiton up in 5th placing, followed by Rubitano and Tears Royal caught wide. Then Bush Padre, Scenic Peaks also deep, followed by Pure Theatre. Dash for Cash over on the outside, and then came Chong Chong. He's a little worse in midfield, the rail. Behind him came Perno, Wonder Royal Code, a length to Weasel Will Ustinov. They're followed by Fritz and the Pumper 2 lengths away. At the 600 metres, tit for tat by 3/4. The 3-year-old Bellispree is second. Prince Rubiton is third. And then Tears Royal, Desert Sky. Dash for Cash making a quick move round the outside from Scenic Peak. Rubitano, Crystal Finale, and then Perno deep. And next is Royal Code. Into the straight, Bellispree's hit the lead. Tears Royal out wide. Prince Rubitano coming home fairly well. Then Crystal Finale, but Bellispree has sprinted away. He's got a couple of lengths clear. Dash for Cash, Perno are coming down the outside from Crystal Finale. Bellispree in front. Oliver's pulled the whip. Here comes Perno. Perno, the little mare, swapping the leader end. Perno got up to beat Bellispree by half a length. Royal Code third. Then came Fritz, followed by Weasel Will. Dash for Cash. The Papa making late ground, followed by Ustinov, Chong Chong, Scenic Peak. Next in Rubitano, followed by Tit for Tat, and they were trailed by Pure Theatre, Tears Royal. Towards the end, Prince Rubiton and Desert Sky. Is there no stopping this man? Karen McAvoy again. Michael Moroney's provided him with another winner. 4 for the day for Karen. Perno never on the track, swallowing up the gallant 3-year-old Bellispree with about 100 to go. His trademark sprint saw Bellispree kick away near the 200 metre mark, but he then started to run on empty in the last 100 metres or so.
Wow, what a finish and what a thrill for the team behind Perno. Andrew Bensley, Karen McAvoy, what a day. And how about the owners?
Yeah, I'm down here with all the owners of Perno. All the girls are going off over here too. Who's going to talk here? Here's the spokesman.
Andrew's the spokesman.
Andrew, well done to you, mate.
Thank you, thank you.
What about that? What sort of a thrill? You're all standing behind us here.
It's a thrill. I mean, it's the first Group 1 we had for the last 20 years.
Have a look at them here.
Yeah.
Hey, how many of you in the syndicate?
10 people.
Warren Huntley, I know,
Yeah,
jockey
Warren,
manager, put it all together.
Yes, Warren and Mike.
Yeah. What about it? Well, jump in here, try and get a word. How about that, boys? Now, be careful, we're on live TV. How was that?
One of the best wins I've ever had.
When did just settle the heart? How about that?
Wasn't it brilliant?
Yeah.
Wasn't it brilliant?
She's pretty good.
Oh, we knew she was. She's been racing well the barrier, but she's a class mare. She's a class mare, and she'll go on better.
Right. Warren Huntley has got to be over here, who put the syndicate together. If we've got looking for Warren Huntley, wherever he may be. I'm not too sure. I just can't find Warren, but we'll try and catch up with him. Michael Moroney is being interviewed. We'll just grab him now. Michael, congratulations. How about that? What about the owners?
Yeah, look, I'll tell you, that'll be a great scream when she comes back in, but that's great for racing, and look, she's a very good mare. It didn't really have hiccups in Brisbane, but I think she's definitely better this way around, and she deserved to get a big one.
Ballaspree again got the break. How did you feel?
Yeah, I thought turning in we might win it, because I could see Kieran come off Dasher Cash's heels. She's going that easily. Halfway down, I was starting to worry that he mightn't pick him up, but she really sprinted the last bit.
Gee, she's got a sprint, hasn't she?
Yeah, she really has. She's a very good mare.
This syndicate was meant to be the end, I think, a few months ago. Thankfully, the real owner allowed the syndicate to keep the horse.
Yeah, well, she's till the end of the season, and then make a decision after that. So
I reckon you'd be pretty happy you've kept her, mate.
Yeah, certainly.
Thanks. Well done,
Thank you.
Michael. Michael Moroney joining us there. Have we got time to try and catch up with Warren Huntley? Okay, Warren Huntley's got to be in here now. He's a jockey manager. He put the syndicate together. Warren Huntley, Warren's got to be here somewhere. He's leading the horse in, I've been told, so we might come back to you, Brendan.
Andrew, thrill a minute and listen to this applause as they return at Caulfield. Fantastic stuff. Ballaspree, Alf, looked to have every chance.
It certainly did. I thought Damien rode it nice and patiently. The horse settled reasonably well. He dashed on straightening, but you would do no different. I thought it was a game in defeat, but you can take absolutely nothing away from Pernod.
Oh, the big team of owners have just been jumping for joy as Kieran returned to the winner's circle. He's won 4 of the first 5 races. He's won group races. He's won listed races. There'll be no stopping this young rider who really kicked off a golden start to his career with Brew, with Mike Moroney, True Jewels in a Blue Diamond, and it continues. What a fairy tale story.
Yes, it certainly is, and typifies the patience of a young lad like this. It drew absolutely woefully at the start. He rode very quietly, very patiently, and it's got home very well indeed. Outstanding horse and ride.
Launceston due in for Andrew Bensley.
Warren Huntley's down here, the man I've been searching for. Warren, you put this whole syndicate together. We've interviewed about 10 of them. You'd be pretty happy with it too, leading her back today.
Oh, terrific leading her back. I think probably a little bit unjust to say I put it together. I helped Mike get a few guys to help fill the horse, which was on offer for lease, and it's just a fantastic thrill to be involved with such a good horse even before today.
And the lease was extended too, thankfully.
No, the lease expires at the end of this season, and we have an option to go on for another season. And
I reckon you might.
Hopefully we're in a position where we would like to extend that. As the way she's racing, we'd like to keep
We
going.
were going to grab Kieran, but he's buzzed off the other way. Well done today. She's a pretty special mare, and I reckon the gang of them here might be celebrating a little bit into tonight.
Yes, I think that's a good chance. And if any of these people are employed, they won't be at work Monday.
Okay. All right, back to you, Brendan.
Andrew, if you want to wander down, Kieran's just going over the scales as we speak, and he'll be down there very, very soon. What a thrilling race that was. Amazing.
Group 1, they're ready to go. Racing. Sky Heights a little slow. La Belladonna jumped out of the stalls brilliantly and found the lead ahead of Northerly and Like a Gov through the early stages. Next, Sand Mason, and they're followed by Maguire. Don Eduardo, he's over on the outside of Sky Heights and Tally Thunder. 2 to Magical Miss, and then the Big Ask, followed then by Silver Baron, Helene Vitality, and 2 to Yammer. La Belladonna led going up the hill near the 1300. Out by a length to Like a Gov and 2 lengths to Northerly with a good trail. Maguire on the inside is 4th, and 2 to Sand Mason, followed by Don Eduardo. 3 or 4 lengths further back in a fast run race, Tally Thunder, and she's being followed by Sky Heights, 3/4 to Magical Miss. Another 2.5 lengths, Helene Vitality to the inside from the Big Ask, Silver Baron, and 2 lengths to Yammer. At the 1,000 metres, and La Belladonna the leader, Like a Gov is 2nd, 2 to Maguire. Northerly with the beautiful trail. He's 1 out, 1 back with cover 4th, 2 to Sand Mason. Don Eduardo is next on the outside, 2 Tally Thunder, and then Sky Heights. A length and a half further back is Magical Miss. At the 800, she spots the lead at 10. Next in the field, the Big Ask, Helene Vitality, and they're followed by Silver Baron, and over 2 lengths to Yammer. At the 600 metres, La Bella Dama from Like a Gov to Maguire. Childs pushes northerly along now. Two to Sandmason, Don Eduardo, Tally Thunder. Here's Magical Miss with the big ass coming around the outside. Sky Heights are struggling as they neared the corner, where Like a Gov took the lead from La Bella Dama. Then Maguire, northerly next under the whip, and he's got 3 lengths on Magical Miss as they corner now. Northerly's raced up and he's gone to the lead. Northerly dashed to the front. Here comes Magical Miss with a run, and then came Like a Gov and La Bella Dama. Northerly in front. Magical Miss is getting there stride by stride. Northerly a neck in front. Magical Miss tries to level. Northerly sticks his head out and he wins. What a horse he is. Northerly beat Magical Miss 4 lengths away. Don Eduardo grabbed it. He's back to the Don. He's just got third ahead of Maguire, and then Tally Thunder. They were followed further back by Sand Mason, then the Big Ask, and then La Bella Dama, followed by Helene Vitality, Like a Gov, Yama, Sky Heights and Silver Baron. Who doubts him? Who doubts him? Who dares to doubt this horse? Northerly. He is a superstar. When the chips were down, Magical Miss threw out an enormous challenge at the 100-metre mark, but his well-known bulldog fighting talents were there to the fore again today. He had a big break on Magical Miss for the entire race. He had 3 lengths on her at the turn, and he's got home by about a long head, I suppose, on the line. It was just what we all came to see. The 2 best horses have run the 1-2 and turned on a sensational race. And third has gone to Don Eduardo, ridden by Damien Oliver, who was successful on Northerly last year. But it's Greg Childs who maintains a now unbeaten record of 4 rides for 4 wins on Northerly. And Northerly becomes the first horse since Aquanita 4 years ago to win the race 2 years running. Future won it twice in the 60s, but had a break between. ...2,000 metres. Racing. Rose Archway began well towards the inside with Spirit of Westbury. Van Winkle and May the Horse Be With You began fast. Court of Jewels and Gold Lottie wider out with Piper Star coming across looking for positions as they settle into stride now. And here's Court of Jewels going up about 3 or 4 wide to find the lead at the 1600 ahead of Gold Lottie. May the Horse Be With You at the rail. A length and a half further back, Thong Classic. Handy today, he's up 4th, and then Spirit of Westbury, Piper Star. Burley and the All Cerise is trapped out wide. Rose Archway in behind them on the rail from the A train. Van Winkle is 3 or 4 wide. 2 lengths further back is the second Mortgage, who's on the inside of McBeal, and then Fire Tane, Big Pat, Mr. Prudent, and Pentastic is last. They top the rise at the back of the course near the 1200, and Court of Jewels, after doing a bit of work to find the front, steadies up. He leads by 2 lengths. Gold Lottie is second. On the inside, May the Horse Be With You, and then Thong Classic. Burley doing some work. Next, Spirit of Westbury on the rail, and they're followed by Van Winkle wide around Piper Star. 2 Rose Archway followed by the A train, and then the second Mortgage. 3/4 McBeal, Fire Tane. As they went by the 1,000, next is Big Pat. Towards the end is Mr. Prudent over on the inside rail. As they came up the side, Pentastic last, about 12, maybe 15 off the leader. Court of Jewels had backed the tempo off mid-race, leads by a half. Gold Lottie is second, then Thong Classic. Burley's done some work. In behind them, May the Horse Be With You. Spirit of Westbury getting away from the rail from Piper Star, Van Winkle. The grey Big Pat taking off wide, then Rose Archway, followed by the A train. The second Mortgage a long way back. He's in a bit of bother. McBeal around him from Fire Tane, Pentastic, and Mr. Prudent last. They come for home now.